Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean. You're in the PokeVault. Today, we are going to be looking at Astral Radiance. What's up with that? Today, we're going to be looking at the Astral Radiance set again, and I want to check out card values and see how they're holding up within their first week of being out. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, so once again, we are using Pokedata's website. I love to use this resource. Cool group of kids. Not paying me to say that. One day they will, though. Let's check this out. Let's go into Astral Radiance right here. Let's see. So as expected, the alternate artworks are, you know, at the front of the pack right here. We definitely have the Machamp waiter over here. And then we have the origin form, which I had to educate myself about. The armless Palkia. In the top right. All right, let's check these out. Let's see how many cards. I like to judge a set when it's newer and see how many cards are over that $30 threshold. Well, there's about like 12 that are over $30, and I'm actually positive that it is because the set is so brand new. I could definitely see these cards coming back down to earth. I'm surprised that there's not a card over $100 with how new the set is. Usually there's at least one or two cards that are through the roof. I mean, if you look at Evolving Skies still, there's a few cards that are over $100. So, pro tip, get some Evolving Skies, right? Also heard that there's going to be an Evolving Skies reprint in, I want to say July. That's what my LCS says. It's rumored. No, like, super confirmed that it's happening, but I'm sure it will happen. I think they're having issues getting product here. Between you and I. So let's look at some of these artworks. Let's just look at the big card, I guess, of the set so far. This one's coming in last sold on eBay for $96.98. This is obviously an alternate art Dialga origin form. I mean, it's, you know, it's okay. It looks fine. I wish there was more going on in the background. It's a good looking card. You know, it's a little bit. Compared to the others, in my opinion, it has less going on for it. So, like, if we look at the Palkia, also an origin form, I'm a really big fan of this artwork. This is based off of a famous artwork. For the life of me, I can't remember. I'm sure you guys will put it in the comments. You put it in the comments the last time I went over Astral Radiance, and yeah, I'm a fan of this card. I'm a fan of the look of this. There's a lot going on here, and yeah, I love, again, with the alternate arts, it is definitely the new standard as far as artworks go. These cards are so deep, like there's just so much going on. I love to see that. You know, you could just kind of look in every corner of this card and there's something different going on. It looks so deep, if that makes sense. All right, let's go back here. Let's see. So obviously, if you're a Machamp fan, I mean, this is going to be a 100% slam dunk fan favorite. We've gone over this card before. This thing is freaking beautiful. I just love everything that's going on with this. It's so simple, but also just so appealing. There's, like, you know, Trapinch over here is delivering some lemons. There's a Doug Trio here. I mean, we've been over this artwork, obviously. But Machamp, I could just imagine this in my mind. He's just blowing through this little town, absolutely destroying everything in his in his wake. Oh man! And then you see this, you're like, oh god, here he comes again! Run! Yeah, I think this is an awesome artwork. I'm a huge fan of this. Let's go back. Let's see. I think there's a gold card coming up. Okay, yeah, there's a gold Palkia right here. Let's see. You know, again, I haven't gotten too much hate on it. I'd love to hear you guys sound off in the comments. How do you guys feel about, you know, the origin forms and the armless Palkia? I don't know how I feel about it. You know, on some level it bothers me and I don't like it. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know how else to say it. You know, sometimes they you know, they hit it dead on the head with the artworks, and sometimes it just falls flat for me. I'm happy to see Sneasler right here. This is another alternate art from this set. I think this is a beautiful card. Once again, talking about the depth factor. You know, this looks like mom coming up to save her little kids. They got into some trouble up here, but look at how deep this, you know, this card is, and this gives you so much perspective. I grew up as an artist. I loved to paint when I was younger and to draw. It's you know, it's an art to be able to give an artwork this much depth and perspective by by making this valley so deep over here and kind of putting the landscape way back here, it kind of shows how tall this cliff is, and this would be like in your forefront, right? Like right, the first thing you see, it kind of gives it that feeling like, oh man, this is really, really high, and this dude is, you know, he's going full cliffhanger right here. So yeah, I'm a fan of this artwork. I love to see that. It's a beauty. Let's see, let's go back. How much was that card at? 41 bucks. I could see that card coming down between you and I. I was surprised to see that card in front of this Typhlosion. I thought this Typhlosion was going to be one of the big three, one of the big, you know, the big three hitters. I'm a big fan of this artwork. I love it. It's the Hisulian. I always get the pronunciation. Hisulian Typhlosion. This is the hyper rare. It's beautiful. I'm a fan of Typhlosion personally. I was, you know, way into the video game when this gen came out, and you know, I always wanted Typhlosion as one of my, you know, one of my last 6 Pokemon when I went to face the Elite Four or whatever it was, Elite 8, whatever it was at the time. You know, you had to beat the world to win the game. And then also you're gonna see kind of transversely the hyper rare artwork of the Palkia that we saw above. Not much more to say. I can't keep saying how much I don't like the armless Palkia, so I'm just going to move on from saying it. And then just right behind it, the origin form of Dialga. Again, I just don't get it. Like when I'm looking at this card, I don't know what I'm looking at. It just looks like a geometric blob. I don't get it. And you know, whatever, like props to Pokemon for always pushing it forward. I'm usually not as critical on their artworks. They've done some pretty weird stuff. Let's be honest. They've made, you know, mushrooms into Pokemon. They've made, you know, they take regular animals and just make them into Pokemon. They usually just hit for me, or they're just whatever, but it's rare when I go out of my way to say how much I dislike, you know, an artwork, and this is one of those times where I think they just really missed. And I'm surprised that someone didn't tell them, like if someone were to present, if I worked for the Pokemon company and someone came to me and said, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like working on this thing. I'd be like, yeah, I mean, probably not. What are your, like, what else do you got going? Like, what else are you working on? I don't know how this made it to the place where they're actually, you know, releasing it, having a video game kind of hover around it. I don't know how you get to that place. Also love to see Beedrill getting some love. This is I believe the 4th alternate art in this set, and I'm a huge fan of this card. I know this is a big fan favorite for a lot of people. Beedrill doesn't usually get their day in the sun, no pun intended. But this is definitely an artwork that I can get behind. I love to see this. It's a beautiful card. Let's see, how much is that thing going for? 33 bucks? Yeah, not bad. Once again, the geometric blob, which is Dialga. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad with at least with the gold card, I can kind of see it more, what's going on. Still, you know, insanely confused, so. And then maybe like, oh, no, actually, we're going to go over 2 more cards. So this card, I'm happy to see. I'm surprised to see this come in front of a few alternate arts. I know the set is so brand new, but this card is super beautiful. As far as character rares go, I'm a huge fan of this. This is so contemporary, it's so relevant, but it's also, it strikes that nostalgia chord where it takes you right back to Gen 1, and you can imagine Misty in 1999 when you're watching the cartoon doing this exact thing, which I think that as far as artworks go and being able to tap into the fan base's nostalgic, you know, kind of feels, this hits the mark. And I think it's reflected in that way on how high it lands on the list as far as card values go. They nailed it with this card as far as I'm concerned. And it's going for 32 bucks. I mean, it makes sense. It's a beautiful artwork. I think this card is going to do very well. I mean, it's so vibrant. It's a beautiful card. Well done on that one. And then the last card I'm going to go over, it just falls right under $30. I'm very surprised, to be honest. I'm surprised to see the Misty coming before this card, to be honest. But you have the Cynthia and Garchomp. Cynthia's always been a fan favorite. She's so thick, if you know what I'm saying. And Garchomp, for me, I'm a huge fan of Dragon-type Pokemon. I'm a huge fan of Garchomp. I used to use them in the game. and he looks just so mean. Cynthia's about to absolutely wreck someone's life and send them back to the Pokemon Center for like a couple day healing on whatever she's about to do right now. I just love this card. They made Cynthia look tough. They made Garchomp look tough. Big fan. Love this. Nothing more to say than that. Surprised it's not higher up on the list. I could see this card doing a little bit better. How bad would you want to see an alternate art Garchomp with Cynthia like sending him off and he's like just blasting at some Pokemon? I'd love to see that idea for the future Pokemon Company. But who the hell am I? Well, guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you liked this style episode. Always trying to keep the variety up, keep you guys on your toes. Try to offer a little bit of everything to everyone. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. We're going to check up on these values in about a month, and we're going to see how we did. And maybe we'll kind of come back to this episode and see where the values went, if they went up or down, if they settled down, and see how this set's doing overall. If you guys are enjoying the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash that like, and definitely hit the bells for notifications, because you know we get down in the live events. You know we bring it for the episodes, and you know we care about the squad. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out. Yo, what's up, guys? If you want to see a video that I think that you might like after watching what you just watched, click the button right here. And if you want to be one of those people that want to subscribe to the channel and see how far this rabbit hole goes, the button's right here. Do it!